Welcome back, everyone, to another episode here on Rock Out with Your Crock Out. Today is another dessert video. So, what you will need for this one is your 4-quart slow cooker. And today is a new one for me, so we're going to try this one together. I am making a slow cooker cheesecake. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way here. For this recipe, obviously you will need 3 bricks of cream cheese. You will need 3 eggs. Now this is a very important step when you're making any type of cheesecake, whether it be in the oven, the slow cooker, anything. You want all your ingredients to be room temperature. So the cream cheese and the 3 eggs, you want to pull out of the fridge a good hour before you're going to go ahead and make this. So on top of that, you will need 10 graham crackers, which they're packaged in 9. So I got to go ahead and open up another package just to get one out of there. You will also need some sugar. You will need a little bit of sugar for the crust itself. You will need a little bit of sugar for, for the cheesecake filling. Some vanilla extract. And I believe 4 tablespoons of butter, which you will also need for the crust itself. So butter. Well, we're going to go ahead and let this cream cheese and eggs warm up, get to room temperature, and then we'll be right back and we'll get this thing started. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get this cheesecake going here. So you see we got our 4-quart slow cooker. Just want to take a little bit of cooking spray and hit the very bottom of it. Then for our crust, you go ahead and you just crush up 10 of the graham cracker sheets. You add 3 tablespoons of sugar to that. And butter is not quite melted, so a few more seconds in the microwave for that. Like I said, I've never made this one before. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to turn out. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be ugly? I don't know, because this is a brand new one. And we have our half stick of butter. I'm going to go ahead and just pour that right into the bag. And then you want to seal the bag. Then you just want to go ahead and mash that all together. This is a bit more difficult than what I thought it would be. I'm not a baker, but then again, this isn't baking. This is slow cooking. But we'll see how this turns out. I'm just following these instructions step by step, and we'll figure out what happens to it later. Alright. And once you get that all good and combined in there, this will go ahead and be your crust. Open that up and go ahead and pour that on in on your slow cooker. And then the recipe says to mash this down with a drinking glass. So let's go ahead and there's a I imagine you want this as even as possible. This is going to be quite a thick crust, but there's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, just mash it down with the drinking glass. All right. Okay, and for now we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Next, we have this bowl. And this is going to be 3 large eggs room temperature, 3 bricks of cream cheese room temperature, 1 tablespoon of the vanilla extract, and 3/4 cup sugar. And then you just want to go ahead, grab your electric mixer here, and let's go ahead and whip this up, shall we? Now, if I was a baker, I'd probably have one of those big KitchenAid fancy ones, but I don't. This is quite the chore here. I don't think I gave the cream cheese enough time to get to room temperature. If I did, this mixture would be a lot smoother. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pause the video right now, give this some time to mix and meld, and we will be right back with you. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everyone. I think this is about as good as it's going to get. Go ahead and give it a little bit more. Now, yes, it is extremely important to get that cream cheese to actual room temperature. Recipe said take it out an hour beforehand. I had the eggs and cream cheese sitting out a good hour and a half. Still not good enough, so don't go by a timer. Wait for it to actually get to room temperature all the way through. But we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Bring back the slow cooker with the crust in it. And then obviously we're also going to need a spoon. And then you just want to pour this mixture right in the slow cooker. Now, not only is this my first time making the slow cooker cheesecake, this is my first time making a cheesecake at all. So, I am quite the fan of cheesecake. I should probably have it more often than I do, but, well, we got some right here now, don't we? Then you just want to go ahead and smooth that all off, flatten it out. Now I'm sure it'll level itself out too as it gets warmer. But according to the recipe, that is it. You cover this, you cook it on high for 2 hours. You do not remove the lid at all during those 2 hours. And at the end of the 2 hours, you turn it off, and similar to the cobbler, you let it cool down all the way. So we're going to get this going, and we will see you 2 hours from now. See you in a minute. All right, everyone. Well, according to the recipe, this is it. So, we have a slow cooker cheesecake, hopefully. Now, the only thing the recipe said to do at this point now is to just run a butter knife around the edge, and that is supposed to prevent any type of cracking as it cools. So we'll go ahead and just go all the way around this. It is very jiggly, so hopefully it gets some rigidity to it as it cools. But that is how easy that one is to make. So in a few hours after dinner, we will go ahead and dish ourselves up a slice of this. Kind of curious how I'm supposed to get it out of here. But we'll find out when that time comes. Stick around, and one more segment will wrap up this week's video on slow cooker cheesecake. Stick around. Alright, so here we go. Final segment of this video. This has been completely cooled down to refrigerator temperature. I let it cool down out on the stove for 2.5, 3 hours, and then when it was not so warm, I went ahead and put it in the refrigerator. So, now the challenge. How do I get this out of here? And how well will it hold together? The outside is really firm, the inside has little bit of a jello consistency to it. Let me go ahead and the first slice might be tough. Hopefully the rest of it comes out okay. And there we have it. The graham cracker is burnt. I can definitely tell. Around the edges, it's pretty black. But that'll just add flavor. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this little bit here on top of my cheesecake so I get the actual crust too. And I just dumped the cheesecake out onto the counter. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what this tastes like. It's not my favorite cheesecake in the world, but it's pretty damn good for as simple as it was to make. So yeah, I'll do this one again. Oh, that wraps up this video. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and stay cheesy.